What's up, guys? It's Monty, back with another MontyVerse trailer reaction. I'm joined, as always, by my friend Zack. What's up, Zack?
Chilling, man. How are you doing?
Good. So, today was the official ticket release day for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I figured something would be coming, and Marvel did release a small 1-minute TV spot slash teaser trailer for the film, and we're here to check that out today. We're kind of both. This was unexpected. We're both kind of just going to freestyle it and see what we think about it.
Yeah, I'm assuming you bought a ticket. I haven't got a ticket for this yet. I will eventually, but curious to see what else they got. I think I've only watched the one trailer, so I don't even think I remember a ton of what's going on here. So we'll see.
Oh, definitely. I have the first showing IMAX at my theater, and I'm so hyped for it. And the reason I wanted to check this trailer out is because this is a movie we don't really know a ton about. Like, we kind of have an idea of what's going to happen. We don't really know who the true villain of the film is. We have theories about it. But I'm interested to see what this new sneak peek of footage kind of gives us in regards to the overall story of the film.
Indeed. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so you ready to check this thing out?
Let's do it.
All right.
I've been dreaming
Stairway to
every
heaven.
night. Same dream.
Every morning, the same.
Oh, the kiddos
Nightmare.
from WandaVision.
Yeah. That's cool. Oh, I love that single tear.
Wait, did she just go back into the accent? That was weird.
Yeah.
The fate of the multiverse depends on us.
What is that thing? Do we know what that is? That big beast thing?
Some sort of monster.
This path exacts a heavy
Whoa.
toll.
He was like a zombie.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Pretty sure that's not supposed to do it.
Oh, that is another zombie.
Marvel Studios.
Wasn't there a
Doctor
zombie
Strange
thing from the What
Multiverse
If?
of Madness. Only May
okay.
26th.
Yeah,
It's on sale now.
Yes, to answer your question, there was an episode of What If that featured the Marvel zombies that did have a zombie version of Strange. I don't believe that this is this one, because from the other trailers, it looked like this is a zombified version of Defender Strange, which we also see in one of the trailers, which is the Strange kind of in the red uniform with the gray. Instead of it being on the temples, it's more of like up here. And if you notice on the zombie, kind of has that same hair up here that's gray, as opposed to on the temples like the What If zombie Strange had. So while yes, we do see a zombie Strange in What If, I think that this is going to be a different zombified Doctor Strange.
Okay, and it looked like we also saw like a zombified Wanda there also, like very briefly with the red eyes.
Yeah,
I thought she looked kind of like zombie-ish there also.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I thought that was a zombie at first too, because we do see that in the first trailer of the film. But now I do believe that we're gonna get some sort of like alternate version of Wanda. We're gonna get a split version of Wanda, because it seems that Steven and what, like, the whole purpose of this trailer, I think that I kind of got from the song and the opening, is that Steven and Wanda are kind of seeing like reflections of themselves, or alternate versions of themselves, and whether it be dreams or nightmares. Because you have Steven talking about him seeing dreams, and him seeing dreams of Christine Palmer, his ex-girlfriend, and she's getting married, and then you have Wanda having nightmares of her children, which this is the first time we have official confirmation that her kids from WandaVision will be in the film. So I think that might be an alternate version of Wanda as opposed to a zombie Wanda, and I think one of them may go evil in this movie, or maybe it's kind of like a good Wanda, evil Wanda type of situation.
Do you think the kids will be in the movie, or we're just seeing essentially a flashback to the events of WandaVision? Because it looked like it was that moment, right, where she knows that she's about to have the bubble or the hex collapse on itself or something. It looked like it was that moment when she's kind of like saying goodbye to them.
Yeah. What I really think is, I think that, to answer your question, yes, I do think they're going to be in the movie. I think they're going to be at the end of the movie. I think that someone is messing with Wanda's mind. I think that, because we get, at the end of WandaVision, the last scene, or I don't know if it was a mid-credit scene or it was the last scene of the series. Wanda hears them.
I think it was
calling,
post-credit.
Wanda hears the. Yeah, it is. You're right. It hears the children calling out to her while she's levitating with the Darkhold. So I think something in there is kind of manipulating her using the kids, because the scene that you're talking about in the trailer, it kind of gave me Shutter Island vibes, because it kind of looks like Wanda's having this vision of being with her children, and then they kind of turn to ash as she becomes the Scarlet Witch. Like she realizes that she's in a place and she's the Scarlet Witch. I don't know what's happening in that scene, but I did get kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio Shutter Island vibes from it. I do think she will find a way by the end of the film to bring them into our reality. I don't know if she will leave with them or they'll go off and they'll have their own adventures, but you don't introduce Tommy and Billy and not kind of get them to be permanent in the MCU, especially with all the world building they're doing towards the Young Avengers, like creating that team of Young Avengers, and they're very key and crucial to that team. So I do think we'll see them in the movie, but their real versions I think we will only see at the end of the film.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I took from this trailer, and I don't remember much about the first trailer that we watched, but it seems like a lot of what's going on, and I guess, you know, it makes sense given the title of the movie, Multiverse of Madness, is happening like alternate reality, different versions. It's hard to even grasp from the trailer, like what is actually taking place, what is some sort of illusion, what is coming from a different dimension. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see how this ends up tying into everything else, because the one thing that you've always had in all of these movies and all these shows is that they're sort of, in theory, taking place in real space, in real time. You know, the events of one thing are affecting everybody in theory because they're all occupying the same universe. Whereas now, this feels just sort of in its own zone. So I'm curious to see how this like sort of ties back into the bigger picture for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, you're following up a movie like Spider-Man No Way Home that has a lot of build-up before the movie kind of really begins. This movie looks like it's going to hit the ground running, but for someone like you who's part of the general audience, it's kind of hard to grasp where that kind of jumping off point is. Like, what's the causality that leads to the events of the movie?
Yeah. Well, it seems like the events of No Way Home, the closing of the portals or whatever they are, or whatever Doctor Strange did at the very end of that movie, or I don't know if it's what he did at the end of the movie or what he did at the beginning of the movie. Mm-hmm. One of those things is causing these things to happen, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good observation, because he did essentially crack open the multiverse. So any number of things could have happened in that time where there was that opening, that maybe something became aware or got an idea to traverse the multiverse. I think a lot of the action is going to revolve around a new character that's in this film that you could see in a lot of the trailers, called America Chavez. She's a young girl with the ability to travel in between timelines and in between. She could travel throughout the multiverse like uninhibited. She doesn't need to be anchored in her own reality or anything like that. So I think whoever ends up being the big bad of this film, whether it is Wanda or a different character, I think they will be after America Chavez and her abilities to kind of help them traverse the multiverse freely, as you will. Another interesting thing. Oh, go ahead.
I hadn't noticed her or heard anything about her. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that character, so I didn't pick up on that in the trailer, but that's going to be something to look out for sure.
She is the young girl in a lot of the scenes that is with Strange. So like when Strange sawed that bus in half, she was the girl that was behind him.
Right.
Like she wears like a denim jacket. So I think she's going to be heavily involved. And just, you know, it's hard because we know Sam Raimi is directing this film, and we know that he's leaning into a lot of horror vibes, and you could really tell that from this trailer. But just the title of the trailer itself, Dreams, and the fact that both Strange and Wanda are emphasizing the fact that he's having dreams and she's having nightmares, it kind of really makes me wonder if there is an alternate, there is a different villain in this movie besides Wanda, and it is the Doctor Strange villain Nightmare that controls the dreamscapes, that could be manipulating these two extremely powerful magic users using their dreams. So I'm interested to see if he pops up. I know that there's a lot going on in the film already. I know that some version of Wanda does attack Kamertage and a lot of the magicians, and that's kind of like the bombing you saw in this trailer when you saw all the magic users getting hit with fire. We know that Patrick Stewart's going to be in this movie as Professor X. We know that a lot of old Marvel characters will be returning. There's going to be a ton of cameos in this film. Potentially a multiverse version of the Marvel Comics Illuminati, which features characters like Professor X and Mr. Fantastic and Black Bolt. So we have all of that going on in this film. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to fit all of this in to a 2-hour film. And I'm really excited because it feels like this is going to be a very fast-paced movie. And I like that. I think we're due for a very fast-paced Marvel film because the past couple have been very, like Eternals, even Shang-Chi, and while there were great action scenes, it was an origin story. Then you had No Way Home that had a lot of build-up. This movie seems like it's just going to go and go and go, and I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be honest. Like, it looks like it might be a fun movie, but it also looks like it may be a movie that a casual like me may not enjoy, just because it's going sort of deeper into sort of the mythos and the lore and stuff like that, where it may end up going over my head, just because I'm not familiar with that stuff. But I'm gonna give it a shot one way or another.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, it all depends on the execution. And so far, Marvel has handled most of these larger, lore, mythos, stories with they've executed it very well. So only time will tell, and we'll see how it all unfolds in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I got my tickets. I'm ready. Zach, anything else? Any other thoughts on the trailer?
No, it looks crazy, man. So looking forward to watching it.
Me too. I'm super excited. Zach, where could the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at hi, my name is Zack M, asking you to name a movie.
And I am Monty from the MontyVerse. You guys can catch me here on the channel. You can catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the socials at the MontyVerse. If you liked the video, comment down below your thoughts on the trailer. Give us a huge thumbs up. Hit the notification bell and subscribe if you're new to the channel for all of our latest content. We have breakdowns, trailer reactions, we have theory videos, all of that stuff and more. And until next time, guys, catch you later.